Because of a single mistake, a woman nearly fell from a signal tower over 1,000 meters high. Watching Hunt spinning and unable to keep her balance, her best friend Becky, who was above her, kept shouting reminders and pulled the climbing rope tightly, trying to pull the woman up bit by bit. At this time, the steel frame that had fallen earlier hit the ground, making a series of loud noises. The woman didn't dare to imagine what would happen if she fell. At this moment, Becky was also pulling the rope with all her might above. She was the one who invited Hunt to explore this signal tower over 1,000 meters high. If anything happened, she would probably feel guilty for the rest of her life. However, the next moment, Becky slipped accidentally, and the climbing rope slid down quickly. When it stabilized again, Hunt hit the steel pipe once more, and her injured body was severely damaged again. Even so, Becky still didn't give up. Fortunately, Hunt finally caught the broken ladder, and the terrifying high-altitude crisis was resolved. After finally climbing up, due to the adrenaline in their bodies, the two women were not afraid, but laughed at each other because of the thrilling experience before. But just a few minutes after they felt happy, they found that their backpack had fallen below. The distance from their position to the backpack seemed close, but in fact, it was out of reach. Even worse, the ladder leading to the ground was gone. Even the most skilled climber couldn't climb down from a tower over 1,000 meters high. At this time, the two women were panicked. They originally wanted to take out their phones to ask for help, but unfortunately, there was no signal. Just then, Becky came up with a good idea. She first edited a distress message on her phone, then took off her shoe and put the phone in it. After thinking for a moment, she resolutely pulled out the protective cover on her chest and then stuffed cotton into the shoe to act as a cushion. After confirming that the phone had no room to move inside, Becky threw the phone down. Since there was no signal in the air, there must be signal on the ground. Until they saw the shoe land safely, the two women finally felt relieved, and now the only thing they could do was wait. However, as time passed, they didn't see anyone around. Hope seemed to be getting slimmer and slimmer. Becky even began to doubt whether the message had been sent out, but as long as there was a glimmer of hope, she wouldn't give up. At this time, the two had prepared for a long-term struggle, but in order to have enough supplies to survive, they set their eyes on the backpack below. Becky tied the safety rope tightly to the lighthouse, then took a step back and stood on the half-broken ladder. Her heart was beating faster. Then she resolutely let go of the hands holding the ladder. Although Becky was prepared, the force of the rapid fall still made her cry out in pain. After adjusting the balance of her body, Becky used the lighthouse as the support point for her feet, and then pulled the safety rope to start moving down slowly. Even though Becky had mentally prepared herself, this height was still a great challenge for her. It was not until she saw that she was only a step away from the goal that the fear in Becky's heart was alleviated. Time was running out. Becky hurriedly reached out her hand to pick up the backpack left below. However, no matter how hard she tried, she was still just a little bit short of reaching it. Helplessly, she could only give up for the time being. If she returned to the top of the tower now, all their efforts would be in vain. So Becky decided to take a gamble and then untied the safety rope around her waist. The moment it was untied, Hunt fell rapidly. Due to copyright issues, this is where the video ends. Friends who are interested can search for Fall to watch the subsequent parts.